100k BTC, but by the looks of these alts, BTC could be at 70k for all I care right now. These alts got absolutely invalidated in the last 24 hours. So guys, we're talking these alts, we're talking is there a possible bounce now, and we're talking what happens lower down and what comes next in the market. It's been a messy 24 hours, but I've got you guys. Let's sort this shit out. Let's get right into it. And remember, as always, hit that like, hit the bell, hit the subscribe. Who else has got a wreck t-shirt? Because that is how I'm feeling today. So fucking invalidated on some of my trades yesterday. Absolute mess. Ray is in the house, as you guys know. I think he might have hit some invalidations as well. Ray, just, bro, I need you. Give me the rainbow. I need to feel better. Can you urgently put the rainbow on? Please, please. Thank you. Okay, because this isn't a bright enough rainbow. Can somebody tell me why Fartcoin is fucking pumping? I mean, this has got to be the worst crypto move ever. Fartcoin's ripping, S&P dumping, everything else falling over. But Fartcoin, don't worry, guys. Fartcoin has got you. If you think as little as possible in crypto, then you're longing Fartcoin. And look how you are killing it for not overcomplicating your life. So congrats to anybody who's sitting in Fartcoin, okay? And the rest, absolute dog show. Guys, I nearly got so invalidated on my PopCat position. Thank you, Ray. I'm feeling so much better. Thank you. Appreciate the rainbow. Thank you. I nearly got invalidated on PopCat by like a cent. I had to shovel so much margin into that thing. Absolute dog show at the moment. So I'm covering PopCat for you guys, and I've become a long-term PopCat investor. It's as simple as that now. And we're going to deal with it as we go. So look at this. Lido getting smashed here, 15% today. Floki minus 12. WIF minus 10. I can't believe what I'm seeing on WIF at the moment. We're losing that 200-day moving average. Brett sitting on support. 𝗦𝗥𝗡 sitting on support. So we're going to tackle a lot of these things, guys. And also, I want to see some of your charts today, and I want to see how you guys are feeling as well. So drop some of your charts in the comments here. Let's try pull up one or two. I'm sure some of you guys are under pressure. Maybe I can look at them for you. Let's see if we can help you out with a couple of levels. So keep them coming here in the comments. Ray will pick a couple, and we will deal with them as we go along. Okay, let's talk BTC. Let's talk game plan. Let's talk what happens next. So BTC dropped into the hot zone that I gave the hackers this morning earlier today. So 99,600. So I've taken that long off that 99,600K. And you can see we've got a liquidity bounce zone there. We've got our 618. We got horizontals and looking for a bounce there. Now, at the same time, what we saw happening today was the dump in the altcoins. Then they come for that second dump. And I'm going to go through this in detail with you guys on lower time frames. But now we were looking for the 618 bounces or the 786 bounces on some of these alts, on these reversals now today. And it looks like some of them are starting to fire off now with this current BTC bounce. So what do you need to know now as a trader? If you're watching lower time frames, well, BTC on the 1 hour is what I've got for you. 99,600, that is your support zone. Then 97,200, you can see this is a banger here. 786, I got a VWAP, I got horizontals. And then the big guy for me also lower down is 95K. So these are your levels where you can get reactions on. That is why I'm longing this level. You can see these reaction zones. These are the bangers. So this is where you can pick up some scalp longs. And then naturally, when things start moving a little bit, you can start raising your stops just to de-risk if you want to. So you can see I'm just raising my stop now a touch. I'm going to put it under that previous low there. I'm trading this on Prime XBT. And you guys know I love scalping BTC on this platform. So my stop is 99,759 now. You can see why. So I started that trade looking for the move. Obviously, I was catering for a further dip down there. We've missed that one. So if we do come back now, I'm going to look for a long at these lows again. Well, alternatively, we're going to dig a little bit lower at that next level. So that is my current game plan here for the show. And let's see how this thing carries on now over the next while. Now, I'm also running a poll here. What is 𝗙𝗧𝗟𝗏𝗏 love? Says invalidation times. Guys, talk to me. Let me know in the poll what is going down. I mean, I took a proper invalidation there. I wasn't pleased, okay? I was less pleased. And 56% got invalidated, 37% hit some stops, and 8% short. Guys, well done to anybody who was shorting. All I can say is my head shorts. Fuck, when the market falls over, you can never have enough hedge shorts. And when I look at the situation, I always think, shit, I should have had more shorts in play there. And yeah, I mean, again, as always, net long and lots of hedge shorts in play, but it wasn't enough. You know, we took a couple of hits along the way down, but we know what happens if this market bounces and bounces quickly. We make that up super fast. So let's just talk what actually happened in the last 24 hours. And Marty Party coming, he says Powell's speech post announcement wipes out 1.5 trillion from the US stock market. This is all I have to say at the moment. Okay, that was not pleasant. Thank you, Joe Powell. Thanks, appreciate that, and appreciate this one as well. And he should be on Pornhub. I mean, you can see why. I mean, he absolutely wrecked us yesterday. And total liquidations in 24 hours. I dropped this a little bit earlier, but you can see 24 hours, 790 million. Okay, that's nice. Not enough shorts, but I think the shorters are going to get rinsed next. Okay, remember what happens when the market starts falling over, all these late shorters start coming in. Just like when the market pumps, all the late longers come in and they come and wreck the longers. Well, the same thing happens in reverse. So the minute there is a bit of momentum now in the market, some of those bears are going to get absolutely rinsed. So we're going to talk about, we're going to actually cover some of these Bitcoin upside levels in case there is a move. So let's go back to BTC. Give me 1 sec here. Let's talk. So support levels for BTC, you have got to the downside. Now, what can you look out for if there is a pump? Now, we can see today, we already rejected off one of our VWAPs. This was our VWAP from, where was this guy? This was from our dump on the 10th of December. We've already rejected off that one, but we do have a danger zone here to the upside. So any pumps here, look out, 103,540. That's a potential short zone for me. If we get a bit of momentum now today, 103,540, that is going to be a possible TP zone, rejection zone, possible short zone there for us to the upside. So look out that one, 103,500. And then our horizontals, 105,300. Look out there. And interestingly, I was sitting on Uncle's show last night, and while Powell was talking, I was like saying, fuck, this thing's looking a little bit bearish here at the moment. And this head and shoulders has now played out in full. So we are kind of in the region here where we will expect some kind of bounce from this 99,600 level. But you know the drill now. Just be prepared to the downside. You've got your levels. Remember, all these charts that I talk about on the show, straight into Chart Hackers. So you guys will have access to these charts. Okay, so let's talk about funding rate heat maps. Now you can see this thing is a clean slate. This thing's been absolutely wiped clean, and it's telling us, you know, everyone's been rinsed out here. Remember, the orange is danger zone. That is where we get these big flush outs, but now we have been absolutely cleaned out. If you're using this as a guide, this tells you that we should be longing, but it's just not going down at the moment. People are getting smashed all the way down. And then last night, I mean, I tweeted this one earlier, but Powell's statement, the Fed is not allowed to own Bitcoin. Yes, obviously that contributed to some of the sell-off, but I think it was a lot bigger than just those comments. And just a summary of what went down, he delivered a hawkish cut. So it was all about the comments. Everybody got what they were expecting, the 25 basis points, but the comments came around and he wasn't convincing for the bulls, okay? And it made everybody a little bit uneasy as to what is going on. And the FOMC cut rates by 25 basis points, signaled fewer cuts in 2025. That's the big one, fewer cuts in 2025. The dot plot projected 50 basis point cuts in 2025, which would take interest rates to 3.9%. Okay, so the dot plot previously showed 100 basis points. So the market's not happy with that current result. Fed officials said risk to employment inflation goals are now in balance. And the Fed statement said that the FOMC is strongly committed to supporting max employment, 2.5% inflation. So what happens? Dixie jumps, as we know, bond yield spikes, stocks tumble, gold drops, absolute disaster out there with what is going on. Now, I just want to get Ray's thoughts as well, because we've been debating this one a little bit offline. But what happens now? 6th of January, inauguration. Do we get pumpage 6th of Jan? What are you thinking there, bro?
Isn't inauguration is January 20th? I think.
Sorry, January 20th.
Yeah, so I think institutions come back to work January 6th, and that's when we'll actually start getting some real direction in the market. In the meantime, watch out for the low volume. It's just my hypothesis.
Low volume.
Could be completely wrong, but like they can easily pump it, right? It's just low volume. They can easily pump and or dump, whatever they want to do.
Okay, so just guys, remember, vacation games. Okay, it's like the long weekend, basically. These guys they're going on vacation. You know, it's time for some action. Okay, so let's talk S&P. Absolute misery last night. We can see we are finally dropping into a zone of interest here for me. So 5,788 looks like an interesting game plan here for the S&P. I've got the 100-day moving average. I've got some horizontals. I've also got a full gap close in that region. So 5,788 looks interesting to me on the S&P. If they are going to dip us lower, that looks like a reasonable long zone for me. Now, that candle was pretty brutal yesterday. Let's just take a look from the highs to the lows. 3.2% on the daily candle for that S&P. That's pretty heavy. What just went down? And if we look at that, those numbers, it's $1.5 trillion. Got absolutely smashed there. And then one of the other concerns yesterday was this Bank of Japan situation. And as it turns out, they've decided to keep their overnight call rate at 0.25. Okay, so everybody can relax a little bit. This thing was also breathing over everybody's shoulders here, putting us under pressure as well. Were we going to have another Japanese situation? Remember in August, that Japanese carry trade absolutely smashed everybody, and we were getting the perfect mix there of a hawkish Fed and this Bank of Japan situation. So fortunately, that has sorted itself out. Now, let's look at BTC on the 3-day chart, and you can see our main horizontal support, super simple TA, has held. Okay, we held our bounce so far. We cannot turn that bearish just yet on BTC. So 98 to 99K, that is the number for us that we need to watch. And decent support now on the 3-day. Remember the story, if we start losing this trend, yes, things are going to get ugly, things are going to get messy, and I don't even want to know where these altcats, Popcat is going to be. If Bitcoin starts dropping to 94K, it's going to get messy out there, guys. So make sure you are prepped and ready for any disasters if we do get those type of moves out of BTC. Now, Bitcoin archive, a little bit of bull source, and I'm going to give you some of this bull source today as well, because remember, at some point, the pump stops and the pump falls over, and at some point, the dumps stop and the dumps bounce. Okay, we just need to be ready to pounce. We need to be ready to capitalize at the right moment, and we need to make sure we are not getting absolutely rinsed all the way down while we are waiting for this rocket ship move, because we know that we are going to get a bounce. Just make sure you have dry powder available. And right now, what I'm seeing is risk reward on longs is starting to outweigh the shorts. Yes, there can be another sell-off in the market, but if you really have to look at what is going on all time frames now, we're talking up to the dailies, it does look like we are due some kind of reaction now of some of these areas on these altcoins. So we're going to talk about them, because some of them might want to kiss lower levels first, and we just need to make sure you guys are covered. So Bitcoin archives telling us every time Bitcoin 4-hour RSI has been at these levels since October, it's bounced strongly. So he's saying it's oversold, but what do we know? What do we know about this 4-hour RSI? We know this 4-hour RSI likes to double bottom. Okay, so look at his examples. They aren't perfect examples. Look at this. On the left-hand side here, we had a double bottom here, and there was a big sell-off on BTC. Then this situation here, we bottomed out. Then there was divergence. So then there was another sell-off on BTC. So it actually went lower. Then in this example as well, if you track the first time it hit that level, it did go lower afterwards. So looking at this one, you know, yes, we've got a short-term bounce on the 4-hour. We know this 4-hour loves a double bottom. Let's not write that off, because that is going to give us new lows on BTC, and that's going to give us sub 99K. So we just need to be patient.
Wait, hold on. What's going on with the likes, guys? Like, what's going on? Like, I'm trying to keep it PG-13. What is going on with the likes? Like, why is there 1,400 people and 200 likes? Can we please smash them?
Guys, I know it was tough out there yesterday. It was absolutely messy. And you know what? I mean, some of these trading accounts are under extreme pressure at the moment, but we are going to sort it out. Okay, we're going to look at some of these alts now, and we are going to deal with it. And I got my Rec shirt on. Okay, I'm just wearing it today. I'm wearing it. I don't want to say I'm wearing it with pride, because fuck me, I don't like to get wrecked. But it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't pleasant at all. Okay, let's get into altcoin season things. I spoke about this one yesterday. We were looking at altcoin 𝗙𝗘𝗘𝗦. He says January and December are best times for alts, guys. Fuck, well, so far December is not a great moment for us, and we are struggling. But again, we've got 11 days left of December, maybe some kind of recovery here in store for us. And then our altcoin season chart, we are now at 53%. We are back to where we were. Where was this? This was on the 23rd of November. We've retraced 20 days here, and that is not a good look for us. And then
actually,
dominance.
That's a hilarious chart. That's a hilarious chart.
It's not a vibe, bro. It's not a vibe. It's not a vibe. And then dominance, guys. This is the must reject zone. Now remember, how much money did we make here? from this moment all the way down. How much money did we make? All the way down, okay? Look what this market has done. They've taken it all back, okay? If you were sitting in spot, they've taken this all back now. They've reset everything. Hopefully, if you were sitting in leverage, you got a couple of longs there. You took some profits on the way down. Now they've retraced pretty much this entire move. So that was from the 23rd of November when we could see that chart all the way down. We've done a full retrace. Now, I dropped this in Chart Hackers a little bit earlier. This is a must reject zone for altcoins. This is like literally where these alts are sitting now. They need to bounce. And if these alts are going to bounce, they need to reject now. This is a major rising weekly trend. This is my 100-day moving average. This is my 50-day moving average. This is weekly resistance. It's a must reject zone here for these altcoins. Otherwise, I suspect, guys, unless Bitcoin is pumping up, these alts are going to get smashed. And then the next reasonable rejection zone for us is going to be around about that 61% mark. So that is where our next set of longs are going to happen on some of these altcoins if we do start popping through. So just, guys, just be careful with where we are. This is a rejection zone. This is what I'm expecting here. And hopefully these alts are going to pay us a favor. But now a couple of issues. The 3 days, super bullish. And that is not a good look for us. Let's take a look at, say, the 4 hour on dominance. Let's see, is there some kind of relief coming for us on the 4 hour? That still looks relatively bullish there from that perspective. Those things are super hot. And then a little bit of divergence now on the 8 hour. So there's signs potentially that dominance might cool down on the 8 hour. Not super convincing just yet. But guys, remember, we're not clutching at straws here, but fuck, this is a big level. And I just want to flip this one over. Remember, if this was a long setup for us, we'd say we broke trend. Now we've got the retest. Now we're looking for that bounce. Okay, so ideally you break the trend, you retest, then you get that bounce. So that was going to be our next plan. So ideally, let's see if that is going to hold. Look out for a fake out. Obviously, if it does give one last pump through that zone and then reject hard, that is also on the table for us. But guys, we are at a crucial stage now on some of these altcoins. Let's talk ETH. And you can see, so a couple of views here on ETH at the moment. And one of them that I've been talking about for the last while was this potential downtrend. And you can see ETH has now double topped. So that is equally bearish for us. And what are the scenarios now for ETH traders? What can we look for? So typically on these altcoins now, I'm not expecting new highs. I am expecting some kind of relief bounce on some of them at some point. And what does that look like? So typically for ETH, you know, we're looking for a short bounce here, most likely a lower high. And then we are playing that game. Now, hopefully into 20th of January, somewhere around there, we get this type of situation where we can start firing ETH off. So what I've done is I pulled my fibs from these extreme lows on the 5th of August dump. I've taken them to the highs. I've looked for tie-in on horizontals, and that is how I've got to these levels. So 3,600 on ETH, 3,340 on ETH ties in with a 50-day MA as well. So these are your two big support zones for ETH that you want to pay attention to. So right now, watch that. I'm not expecting new highs in the next couple of weeks. But again, if we do get new highs, we can start ramping stuff up. But right now, it's about survival here. And if we are going to get a bounce, just look for that lower high, most likely around 3,950, somewhere in that region. Maybe a 10% bounce on ETH could give us about 15 or 20 on some of these other alts as well at best, I would say. So ETH, that is the game plan at the moment. And then naturally, we're watching ETH BTC. Now, as much as I don't want to see this thing become a reality for us, this ETH BTC chart is now fully underway here for our next retest. So a couple of options here for us. Number one, we print the higher low and we get a beautiful bounce there from ETH versus BTC. Or alternatively, we move down and we test this major weekly level at 29. Again, it's going to be messy for these altcoins. You're going to see ETH at pretty low levels. You might even see ETH back at 2.9. You might see ETH back at 3K if that starts playing out. So just be prepared for that. Remember, guys, spot traders, always the most relaxed, okay? Unless you panic selling and doing all those things. But spot trading, the most relaxed. The DJs, well, you playing those hard levels and you're looking for these moves. Remember, your rule is to take profit when you're feeling a little bit euphoric, to take profit and use discipline, and obviously carry on risk management as best as you can. Okay, so just remember the rules here. And spot traders, ECA guys, okay, you got DCA plays all the way down here on these ETH levels. And you know, I do believe we do get a reload at some point, but right now we're talking about saving our butts at the moment. Okay, let's go Solana, covering why I'm interested in the most amongst majors right now. This is 𝗙𝗘𝗘𝗟𝗔𝗥𝗙𝗧𝗢𝗏. Okay, that's a hell of a name. But he's basically saying across all charts, we're either at or approaching higher time frame value levels for Sol BTC, Sol ETH, Sol USD, and he's basically telling us 200 is the mark or the line in the sand, and that is where he wants to see longs from, $200 on Sol, and that makes sense. Okay, that ties in well. So let's just look at our Sol versus BTC. You can see what's going on here. We are at extreme lows on our Sol BTC on the daily. I am looking for this reversal still. You can see it's holding relatively well on these levels. And ideally, you know, a flat or ranging BTC, something like that, and some alts pushing higher, this thing should move pretty quickly. So right now, Sol versus BTC still looks okay for us. We are still looking for that reversal in the next couple of days. And you can see this chart. So as depressing as it was when I was talking about this one yesterday, look at the situation. All we did as the most simple TA played out here. We've just got a two trends, little channel to the downside. And what did we highlight here? 196 was our 618 fib. What did Sol do? Bang into this region, a little bit of a front run here. We got it at 199 as a potential zone here for Sol, and now, you know, bottom of the channel. So we're not quite on our major 618. So let's just talk what can happen here for Sol. So right now, Sol on the 8 hour, if we have to be completely honest with ourselves, this is possible for us. 196 and then our bounce. Okay, that is on the table. Let's not say that is not on the table for us on Sol. So 196, 197 is on the table here as the potential next move for Sol. Then shorter time frame stuff. What was I saying earlier when we were looking for pullbacks onto 618s? You're looking for pullbacks onto 786s. Let me show you this Sol chart here. And what I did for the chart hackers earlier today when I was doing my live charting, I just looked at what happened with Sol the last time we had a dump. So remember the rules. You get the dump, then you get the push higher, then everyone gets euphoric, and what happens? It starts dropping down. Then you typically get a 618 or a 786 bounce, and then they send it higher. So if that is going to be the game plan from yesterday's dump, this is something we need to look forward to, or something we need to watch out for on Sol. So you can see so far they gave us the dump. And what did we do? We've come back and we filled most of that wick now. Well, in fact, we've only filled about a third of that wick, but we bounced off the 786. So what are we doing here? We're printing that higher low, and now we are looking, obviously it's hopium here. We are looking for this bounce for the short term. So if we do get that push higher, I'm not expecting that much on Sol, and we're going to look at those resistance bands in a sec, but maybe somewhere around this 214 to 217 zone looks like the best upside for now before we get some kind of rejection. So Sol traders, DGens, 204, 201. These are your support zones, and 199. These are your levels. If you're looking for some kind of bounce play, 204, 201, 199. Those are your supports that you can play with at the moment. Let's take a look at where we are on the 4 hour. You can see that 4 hour is bottoming out, but like I showed you on BTC, sometimes we need that double bottom. So just look out for that type of play. And if we use this previous dump as a guide for us as well, we can see we did have pretty soon afterwards, we did have that pump. We did have that dump back down, then they pumped it, and then they dropped it again. So just look out for that. We might have a situation where we are looking for a second higher low as well in this type of scenario. So if this is the move and they pump it up now temporarily this afternoon, look out. We might have that situation where they come back down and then we look for that higher low again before they send it up. So just play that guy. And James is short on Sol till 194. Not a bad shout, bro. Just remember that macro 618 is sitting at 196. It most likely gives you some kind of reaction. So maybe, you know, just to be safe, maybe look at 196 just above that as a potential TP zone. You don't want to see a macro 618 bounce on Sol and take out all your profits for your shorts. That will be relatively annoying. And then here we go. This is AVAX, guys, on the 4 hour. Same story. I got absolutely rinsed yesterday on my AVAX position on WEX, and I'm still sitting in it. Okay, so I took stops. I got liquidated on TAO. That thing wicked so hard that 𝗙𝗘𝗘'𝗦 absolutely wicked me out of that position. And this is my current plan on WEX at the moment. So I've got WIF. I've added to my WIF position. I've got AVAX. All of my only choice here was to start adding to that AVAX position. You can see I started low leverage positions there, and obviously still in danger of rinsage. Okay, so, you know, this is not for everybody. If you know, sitting in red positions here, you need to have conviction that at some point the market is going to bounce. Or if the market doesn't bounce, it's going to be rinse time number 2 for me. So all I'm doing is playing these percentage zones on some of these tokens here. So WIF, I'm going to go through. I've added to that. AVAX, I've added to that. And Ponky, that was a scalp short that I was looking at, scalp long that I was looking at earlier today on Chart Hackers. So something for us to discuss in a second or two here. Let's just finish Sol, and just talking some Sol resistance zones for us, just of interest. if we do get some kind of push in the market, you can see I've highlighted these zones for you. 214, danger zone. 222, danger zone. These are the big trouble zones, and these are most likely, if you get some kind of short squeeze now out of the market, these are most likely your high percentage short zones that you can start playing with, because I do believe at some point we do get another sell-off here on the market, so after some kind of pump. So potential short on offer here at Sol, 214, 215, something like that. And then alternatively, 222, you can see that is a big zone for us as well. And that could offer a nice short opportunity there for you guys. So just look out. Remember, I'm in this mode now. Any pumps here, you might want to be selling on some of these tokens. And just be safe. Okay, so guys, AVAX, let's talk AVAX. What have I got? Support. You can see I've got my liquidity zone. I'm using the Chart Prime liquidity zones here. You can find out more about that, obviously, on Chart Hackers with us or on my accelerator school, where I use these things. We use them as confluence for support and resistance and things like that. And you can see what's going on AVAX. We've dropped into 41, which is was our next zone. Let's see what it was. It was a 382 macro pool for us. So 41, we know that gives us a reaction. We've also got confluence on a VWAP in this region as well. I've also got my 50-day MA and this liquidity zone just bringing up some extra support. So AVAX, I've got support from 41.3 down to 39.5, 41.3 down to 39.5. That block, there's a lot going on in that region, including the 50-day moving average. And then a little bit lower down, obviously, we can look at that liquidity zone as well. And that is about 38 that you guys are looking at. So you can see the current situation, but when does AVAX actually reverse? Now, let's just go through some of these oscillators. I mean, I've been really puzzled lately as to what is going on here, because we've struggled with these dailies. These dailies still haven't come down. The daily has been the big issue for us. Remember, we get these short-term bounces on the 1 hour and the 4 hour on those resets, but the best moves come when the daily is reset. And right now, this daily is still telling us, this could take a few more days. It could take another week to play out. This daily is still telling us that we might have some downside on AVAX. And if we use this on some other altcoins, we can see it's the same across the board. So short-term moves, yes. And then long-term, you know, we might be heading down. Dylan, does your course teach fibs resistance charts? Correct, Rob. It's got everything, bro. It's an accelerator course for you guys that, we put together. So it covers all the TA that you see, the VWAPs, the fibs, the horizontals, and then I've incorporated all of that Chart Prime stuff as well. So if you want to find out about the accelerator course, there is a link for you in the description as well. Alternatively, you can just join Chart Hackers. We got a massive community in there, tons of traders, and they'll also help you along your way if you're interested. So AVAX on the daily, you can see this daily needs to come lower. If we look at that, we still, this power bar that we were talking about yesterday, this thing hasn't even turned dark red yet. So the daily is a problem for me on these altcoins. So right now, yes, potential move to the upside, but the daily still wants to go lower. So how do we prep for ourselves? How do we do this stuff so we can see? Let's just look at this 8 hour quickly. You can see that 8 hour is bottoming out as well, telling us potential short-term move coming. But if the daily wants to go lower, how do we plan it? So what you can do is just start zooming out a little bit and start looking at a couple of zones. Let's just clean this up. And we know, number one, we've got a big reaction from our 382, our macro 382. And then I know I've got a massive zone here. This is a huge area. Now, fuck, guys, we don't want to go here. Okay, we really don't want to go here. But this is a reality. 32 for AVAX. Look at this zone. 33 down to 30. Look at this. I've got liquidity zones here. I've got the 100-day MA. I've got a macro 618. I've got the 200-day moving average. This is a big, big area here for AVAX. Don't want to go here, okay? But we've got to put this on the charts for you guys. You've got to see these levels. And let's just clean this guy up as well. You can see we've got a big zone here. There's not, you can see they didn't actually tap that area just yet. So let's just highlight these areas for you. Okay, so we know 8 hour ready to reverse, 4 hour ready to reverse, 12 hour ready to reverse, daily is not ready to reverse. So what do we do? How do we look at these levels here? Let's just pull some of them up now. So we've got our first block that I've shown you, 41 down to 39.5. We know that area. Then our next reaction zone. If there is another meltdown, what are you looking at? Simple TA here. We're going to use these horizontals. So 37.7, 37.7, and then the big one, guys. This is when the wheels come off. This is 33 to 30. That is massive for 𝗦𝗥. So just look out down there. And then let's talk Brett. Okay, let's see what's going on here with Brett. And same story. So complete capitulation there, dropped into a macro 618 pool. So any Brett traders out there, we hit our 618. I'm still sitting and sweating bullets in this Brett position. Let's see, there it is, $67,000 in size now. Okay, and I'm minus $2,000 down. My Brett short, which I don't want to see print, is printing. Okay, it's very, very irritating. You can see run maybe by the top of 𝗙𝗓𝗄 last night. He was so bullish on that thing, and I think he had 7 tequilas, and I ended up buying the top of 𝗙𝗓𝗄. I mean, bro, this is my worst trade of the day. I bought a $10,000 position of 𝗙𝗓𝗄. Bro, I'm $2,000 down. I'm getting rinsed here. So nothing else to do but to sit in this 𝗙𝗓𝗄 for now.
2K? You have
$2,000 down on a 10K position. I don't even want to know what run is. Run had quite a big size on that thing. And yeah, I think he's getting rinsed hard at the moment. Okay.
Scalps yesterday? Is that when this happened?
He was sitting in 𝗙𝗓𝗄. I don't even know if he's closed it. Okay, so here we go, guys. 𝗬𝗢𝗑𝗓𝗏, not great. Okay, looking a bit bearish at the moment. Phantom, that was a 618 reversal play that I've tried here. Brett, you can see the story. 𝗙𝗓𝗄 absolutely rinsed. Render 618 buy, Pepe 618 buy, Sol rinsing me. It's just rinsing me all the way down. You can see the shorts in green, and the long is, the long is still green, but that head short, at some point I'm going to have to close that head short when we decide where we're going to get our major macro bounce on Sol. I think it's close, but it might be at 180. It might be at 190. We just need to pay attention and just be safe. I don't want to close that head short too early and then flip to, a bigger size long until I know that that short is going to be safe and the long is going to be safe. Okay, so that is that. Let's see how we go. Let's go. Let's talk Brett. Okay, so Brett, interesting levels for us. What are the hit? Macro 618 for us, so that we know that's a typical bounce zone for us. What happens if Brett goes lower? Well, I don't like the look of these candles here. I really don't like that. Okay, so I suspect if we do go lower, we're going to start dipping to this 106 zone. So let's just see where our 786 is here. Yeah, okay, so the 786 is sitting there. We know macro 786 is also an absolute banger. And let's see. Okay, it does tie in. We do have a bit of tie in here. Okay, so that's not too bad for us. So the next massive zone for Brett, 1.08. 1.08 massive zone. Then a little bit higher, you can see the 200-day, the 100-day. I just don't like these candles here. I suspect they'll just come and wipe this out if they do start hitting it lower. So 1.08 for Brett. What is looking bullish for this at the moment? 12-hour double bottom here on the RSI. That is not looking bad. Okay, that is not looking bad. The last time we had that, you can see what happened with Brett. We got our dump here. We got our first dump in that region. Then we double bottom there. They printed divergence. So look, interesting here. Could be close to a move for us on Brett. We just want to see this one start turning over. So 12-hour, not bad. Let's see where we are on the daily. Okay, daily bottoming out, but still we haven't got our reversal print yet on the daily. We're looking for that reversal print, but I suspect the daily is a lot closer than some of these others that we've looked at, like AVAX, for example. So that tells us we might actually hold the 0.132 zone on Brett. So that could be a little bit comforting for me because I'm sitting in that Brett position. So now let's zoom in and just take a closer look and see what the game plan is. So any moves now to the upside, let's just look at our 4-hour there. You can see that 4-hour is starting to bottom out as well, looking for some kind of push higher. So potentially we could get a 4-hour push. Now, what do we do if we are trading Brett? What is the game plan? So right now, your upside on Brett, 153. Remember, that was our buy zone previously. That was a big buy zone for us previously. Look at that support. So 153 Brett, guys, that is a level resistance. Look out for that rejection there. Then the next zone for me is going to be the 382. That is tied in as well with some horizontals in this region here, 165. So that is going to be another danger zone for you on Brett. And then you can see our VWAP from the highs there also just giving us a little bit of issues. So guys, just be safe. If you turn green on these trades, TP in some of these zones, take some profits, tighten up your stops. Don't get stuck in a position again. You can see what happened now, and I'm riding this thing down with a short at the moment. So the next nice pump out of Brett, I'm going to close some of that long as well, and then I'm going to look to start looking at a potential short that I can add to that position. So upside targets you've got now in play. An extreme push is 186. I'm not expecting that. Okay, I'm really not expecting that move just yet. But 186, you can mark that one on your charts as a possible zone. And then downside, watch your support 136. Yes, sir.
Is this
Run us
comment
200k down on Pengu. See 200k down on Pengu.
I don't know if this is true or not.
He might be. He might be. He was up 7,000 last night in like a couple of minutes. So I don't know what size he had, but it's possible. I mean, it's down 25-30% at the moment. So yeah, I mean, it is possible. Okay, Brett traders, you know what to do. Hang in there. You've got your supports here. You've got that long zone. You can see we've already had that 618 bounce. Now the question is, we got that high low. Is it going to hold? So just like some of these other tokens we've looked at, look at the game plan here. You get your sell-off, then you get your pump, and then you look for your 618 bounces. You can see what's happened here with Brett. Similar situation. So you can dial in on lower time frames and look at them. And then WIF, guys, this is absolute pain. So WIF, interesting one for me because it's not on a macro fib, but it is trying to hold the rising trend. So anybody trading WIF with me, this is your support zone. 2.15. That is your low. If you close under that low, WIF turns like max bearish. It's really not pretty as to what comes next. And then I'm looking at this thing as objectively as possible, and you can see what's going on here. So what happens if we get this move now on WIF in the next day or so, and then we get that pump? It's not going to be pretty. Okay, so WIF traders, you can see I'm sitting in that position. For me, 2.15. If we start closing under 2.15, I'm going to have to manage this position. I'm not sure exactly what the game plan is going to be. You can see my liquidation price is sitting at 2. So let's take a look here. And that is a little bit above the 786. So I'm going to get absolutely rinsed. So for me, I'm going to start cutting under 2.155. I'm going to start cutting that WIF position, and then we'll look for a long. If it does dip lower, I'm going to look for that long at 1.9. Those types of levels there. 1.9 is going to be your next major one for WIF. So short term, what can we see out of WIF? Let's see. The daily nearly reset here, but we know these dailies, sometimes they want a double bottom, sometimes they want a little bit more action. Let's look at the 12 hour. Okay, 12 hour heavily oversold here. So that is literally screaming at us that it might want to reverse even short term. Let's look at the 8 hour heavily oversold again. And I mean, we've now printed a new low on that oscillator. So that thing is also heavily oversold. Let's go 4 hour showing oversold and a reversal in play potentially. So something to watch. Okay, WIF on an interesting level, and 1 hour turning bullish. We've just got another push print here on the 1 hour. We've printed a higher low. So guys, just be safe. If you are trading these things or you're trying to have a go, just be safe. You know your main support is that 2.15 on WIF. And what are we expecting to the upside? Let's keep it super simple. Let's just work on some major horizontals here. And what you can see is 2.5 is your extreme that you're going to be watching. So if we pump into 2.5, big danger there for us. Look out for that rejection on WIF at 2.5. Alternatively, your next big zone is 2.9. Remember, that was our big support previously. So that for me is going to be the next rejection zone. So 2.5. 2.9 if the market starts pushing higher. 2.15 is your major support you want to play with. You lose 2.15. Longs at 1.9 is the next zone. Okay, so that is that. Let's see. Long may this market bounce. Come, send me to Valhalla. And then Ponky was one of the trades that I gave earlier today that I was looking at in Chart Hackers. Simple game plan. You can see we've had a big sell-off on the 1 hour, and Ponky was looking like it was getting ready to reverse. And what do we typically look for in these types of situations? We look for the 618 or we look for the double bottom. And you can see today they came down and they gave us a double bottom. So as long as we hold these lows here, then Ponky should start grinding higher. Now remember, on the daily time frame, Ponky was looking like it was going to reverse already yesterday. So this thing has sold off even more. We're going to look at it on the daily in a second. But support Ponky traders, 3-3. We'll call it 3-4. 3-4. If you close under 3-4, yes, we are most likely going lower. Let's look at Ponky on the weekly. Let's just try and put together where this thing can go. And remember, Ponky was great until it wasn't anymore. So we had a listing on it. It was an absolute banger. And now this thing is starting to bleed out with the rest of these meme coins and under pressure. Now remember, easy up, easy down. This is how these things typically go. So let's look at a couple of levels now on the weekly. Okay, we got some weekly touches in that zone there. So that is a weekly level there for us. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 candles in that zone for us. We got a couple of closes as well. So it's a big, broad area for us on Ponky. And then let's go daily. Let's take a look on the daily. Okay, look how heavily oversold that daily is as well. And again, I mean, we've been saying these dailies are oversold for a couple of days now, and they still bleed it lower. So just be safe. But what we know, risk reward on spot now is starting to favor some of these tokens. Look at this on the daily. So if you're laddering in on spot, you know, we might get some kind of bounce, 10, 15, 20% bounce in the next few days. And that would play out quite nicely. And if these things do start reversing, just look at the size of these moves here that they do give you. If we look at those lows from that previous dump, that was a 97% move. From this result here, what did they give us there? They gave us 85%. Let's look at another one. Another example was this guy there. So let's go there, 87% on Ponky. So you can see we are at these types of levels here where we're expecting 85% moves, that sort of thing, on tokens like Ponky after a heavy sell-off. So just want to plant that there. Might be risk reward on spot trades for you guys at the moment on Ponky. Then let's take a look at the 12-hour. Okay, 12-hour double bottom here, a little bit of divergence printing as well. So that is interesting. That cash flow is absolutely rinsed there. We're looking for that to reverse. Double bottom on the 8-hour as well. 4-hour. Okay, so you can see risk reward now on these oscillators are starting to lean towards longs rather than shorts. Okay, you can see the whole combination of these things. Not saying we can't get another dump here, but what we can see is when that daily reverses, we get some massive moves out of these tokens here. Ponky, obviously, I'm interested, looking for some kind of move on this thing and keeping it on my watch list. We are very close. Let's talk PopCat. This thing nearly invalidated me. It was cents, guys. It was literal cents that they nearly invalidated me. I've now bought more. I've added margin. I've done the whole thing, and I'm a long-term PopCat investor. So I'm very proud of myself at the moment, sitting in quite a heavy position here on PopCat. So what have we seen? Head and shoulders playing out. Yes, makes sense to us. What do we have from bull source for us? Look at this reversal possibility here on the daily now on PopCat. Okay, you can see we've ridden this thing all the way down, and the last time we hit these types of levels on the daily, we did get some interesting reversals on PopCat. Let's just look at the size of this guy. That low gave us 200%. The next low on the daily gave us 85%. Okay, we are now at these extreme levels again, and for me, cutting PopCat at these extreme levels, I just wasn't, it doesn't make sense for me. We've ridden this thing all the way down to these levels, and you can see this daily is very close to some kind of reversal here. So my strategy on PopCat will be to start trimming my position as it goes higher. It's getting a little bit too big. So as it starts moving higher, when or if there is a bounce, I'm going to start trimming a little bit of PopCat. Where am I going to do that? 94. Where am I going to do that again? 1.09. These are the levels that I'll be looking at. So whatever we push up in PopCat, looking for rejections in these types of areas there. But I think we do get some kind of bounce around the corner. So I'm looking to cut as we go higher. And then obviously we'll leave some as a moon bag in case it does start, if it does start ripping. I've adjusted my liquidation now. Hopefully the market makers aren't watching again because they came for me last night. My liquidation is now at 59. Okay, so let's see. It's going to be somewhere around there. Okay, somewhere around that level. And I've got some more buy orders for Ponky PopCat in this type of region as well. So if we do get another capitulation, looking to add more, and then obviously want to play 100% bounce or 200% bounce if we can survive it. Okay, so that is my plan on PopCat. Let's see if that plays out. Peppy, guys, same story. Anyone trading Peppy? What did we do? We got our dump into our 0.5. We got our horizontals, and now we've got our higher low print at the moment on Peppy. Now, the thing I don't like about Peppy is the daily is not fully reset just yet. Let's just look at that. Okay, daily almost there, but it's not quite there. Okay, I'm not confident on that daily, but what am I confident on? Let's take a look at the 8-hour. Okay, 8-hour starting to reverse. Lots of prints here telling us we could get a reversal, and we think, it's tied in with the market. So if the market is going to bounce, I think we rinse out some of the shorters, the late shorters especially, and we come and we take out some of these candles. So the strategy here for me on Peppy, if we do get a euphoric push in the market, We push into 23. I think it's an easy short play for us higher up. Look at that. I've got the VWAP for you. I've got the horizontals as well. So I think there's an easy short play. Remember, if anything gets euphoric here and the market starts squeezing and starts banging out some of the late shorters, short option for me at around 23 on Pepe makes sense to me. Okay, big zone, big horizontal, VWAPs, 0.5. It's a big area. Okay, so that is where I'd be looking for shorts, any big moves to the upside. And then what do we do if they bleed us a little bit more? So this is my concern. My worry about Pepe is this candle over here. I really don't like the look of this thing. And I think they can take that one out pretty quickly if they start pushing. So danger is down to the downside for us on Pepe. So let's just mark these areas here. Where would I expect a bounce for us? Well, either at these lows. Yeah, that makes sense to me over there. And then another one in that region for us. So if we do get an extreme push now on Pepe, mark these levels down. 149, 1285, 149, 1285. Nomad from Berlin. I concur, bro. Hopefully we laugh about this and Popcat is at $2. Wouldn't that be pleasing if we can just survive this current situation? Guys, how is everybody in the chat? So where's my people here? And how's everyone doing? I see Macro Mackie says he went round. I'm assuming he said he went on a round trip. Aaron says we are dropping. Ray, are we rinsing here? What's going on? Cryptic Ben says they always come at night. I concur. And Kingy says Popcat better pop. I concur. Robin says Popcat great now. Well, yeah, is it cooking? And great prospects for XRP, according to Robin. And XRP did bounce on our second zone that I did give the chart hackers yesterday. So hopefully some of them did grab that guy.
Going down.
Are we dumping?
Not dumping, but like, came back. The round trip, the gains.
Okay, well, we can still look for a bounce in the zone, guys. Let's see how that goes. Right. The key here, when Bitcoin is falling over, dominance, guys. Okay, dominance is still holding. Okay, so dominance are rejecting a little bit here for us. This is what we want to see. If Bitcoin's falling over, we just want this dominance to stay flat here or start pushing lower, and that tends to help us a little bit here. So watch it. Okay, you can see I've taken that stop there, and let's see. If we do get that push lower, Ray, just keep me posted. If we dip into 98,900, just keep me posted there. We might get another grab at that one. Okay, let's go. Pepe, we've covered. Okay, guys, you know the drill on Pepe. You know what I'm looking for there. Render. Okay, so let's talk render. This has been a hell of a mover. Look at this thing. Head and shoulders on the 8 hour. Okay, head and shoulders on the daily as well. And there's two big levels for render traders. There's two levels you need to worry about. That's it. Okay, on the higher time frame here. Number one is the wick lows from earlier today. That guy. So 7.3. That is your wick low. You need to be worried about that guy. Any dips into that, looking for some kind of bounce off that 7.3 region. Alternatively, macro 618 for you on render, 6.6. You might get this entry today. If the market starts falling over, guys, you could get this entry. So be ready, be prepped, pick one or two tokens that you love. Okay, for example, render. Okay, could be an absolute banger at 6.6. Watch out here. If you do get a capitulation now, in the next couple of hours, that could be a banger move for you. Render 6.6, 6.7, 100-day MA, macro 618, big horizontals at play as well. So look out in that zone here. 6.6, that is where it's at for me on render on any meltdowns. Now let's talk oscillators. 8 hour, heavily oversold. Let's look at 12 hour. Heavily oversold. I mean, last time that happened, we got a small bounce. The next time it happened, we got a massive bounce. The previous time we got a bounce. Every time this printed on render, the green triangle, we got some kind of reactive bounce. Okay, so watch out there on the 12 hour. Let's look at the daily. Almost there. So the daily is not quite there. That is the only concern here. These dailies need to push lower. Okay, we need to get these dailies down. When we reset the dailies, the 12, the 8, the 4, it's going to be like Christmas. And in fact, it's going to be Christmas because it's going to be around the corner for us. And I see James is in the Discord posting all sorts of mad shit at the moment. And he says, just when you thought it was safe, the guy, James, funny, bro. I hope you're watching. Okay, let's go. Render. So this is the lower time frame, and this is the typical scalp play that you look for. So after the dumps, this is exactly what we did earlier on some of these other tokens. What happens? You get your dump, then you get your pump, and then you look for that reactive bounce on a 618, 786, those types of zones. Those are the degen plays on these types of things. Obviously, spot traders, you accumulate in these areas. You buy gently, you chill, you relax. DGen, you're looking for entries. That is how you snipe entries after a dump. So you look for that pump, then you look for that wick fill, and you look for the 618s. You look for those type of buys. And look, worst case, you know, you don't want to see worse on it as a DGen play. You don't want to see much worse than those double bottoms. Now, everybody knows about these double bottoms. Those are also quite bullish plays for us. So look for those double bottoms to hold if they do play out. And then your next phase of this move is obviously some kind of trend break. So then you bang out your trend. So you work your entries, so you know you get your dump, then you know they like to come back. So you start working your entries in these types of zones. You start looking, you start sniffing around these areas. You start looking here, 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 here. Then when the market reverses, what does it do? It breaks trend, and you are ahead of the curve. You are ahead of the game, and then you can press your trade. You can really start pushing. You can start pushing higher. So look for that trend break. What I like to do, wait for the 618, look for positions, look for the double bottom if they are going to give it. Then the trend break, you press your position, and then you can start really ramping things up there. Brad says, BRXD Altcoin, only thing keeping my account positive today. Brad, I can't believe I don't know Altcoin, bro.
We're wrecking us right now.
Are we getting rinsed? Okay, guys, get ready. Get ready for longs here. Get ready for longs here. Okay, there might be a long coming here, guys. There might be a long coming.
Definitely long's coming. For sure.
Eh?
Definitely a long is coming. Load it up, guys. Load it up.
Guys, get ready. Okay, we might get a long live here. Okay, I'm going to go into the 15 minutes. Okay, so we're going to watch the 15 minutes. We want to see a sell-off here. We want to see these 𝗙𝗘𝗚𝗟𝗏 channels get broken. The trick I learned from DGen Dave. He loves watching the 15 minutes, and he likes this 𝗙𝗚𝗟𝗏 channel to get broken. So when they break that 𝗙𝗚𝗟𝗏 channel properly, you look for that big dip out of the 𝗙𝗚𝗟𝗏, then you generally get some kind of move. You can see the last time this happened, look at that. We lost that 𝗙𝗚𝗟𝗏 channel there. Look at that. And then they pushed it higher. So what we're looking for is bang, and then a little push up. So we want a quick sell here. And where is that sell going to go? We want to see that sell into this order block zone here using the chart prime thing. So anything down to 98,800, even a little wick just below that could be a little buy here for us. Could be a sneaky long. Alternatively, 97,200 is going to be the next zone. Okay, so we're going to look for something here.
Yeah, they're bleeding it.
Okay, we're gonna look around here, guys. Okay, just look for this little quick sell, bang, into that zone, and we're gonna look for a quick buy. Okay, Ray, keep me posted here. We might get something there. Okay, let's talk a couple of other levels here for you guys. Let's talk some important charts and things like that. Injective on the 1 hour, you can see Injective moving into major support. 200-day moving average. This is big. 22.4 Injective traders. Okay, this is a big zone. Here's Injective on the daily for us. Macro 618. Horizontals. Okay, this thing looks disgusting, but we know what's been happening. We've been saying we're looking at a downtrend. After you get that rejection on the highs, what typically happens? They do this to you. Okay, all the way down. It's just the same process every single time. And you know, sometimes you get bull goggles on, you know, and people get too euphoric. But ultimately, we had this in front of us the whole time. It was staring us in the face that we were in potentially these downtrends on some of these alts. So what are we looking at? 21.8. This is a major zone here for us on Injective. Okay, 200-day MA, macro 618. Let's look at these oscillators. Okay, daily is nearly there. Let's look at the 12. Okay, 12 is heavily oversold. 8. Heavily oversold, double bottom there. 4. Okay, you can see the picture here. Okay, risk reward for me on longs, 21.8. It's up. Okay, I'm looking for a bounce here on Injective. Let them come. Let them drop it here. 21.8. That is a long on Injective for me. So 21.8, guys. Look for something there. This is the 200-day. It's a macro 618. It's horizontals. You've got heavily oversold oscillators. This daily, it's not turning yet, but it's almost there. Okay, we are close. So looking around there. 21.8. I suspect you can get a bounce there on Injective. Just look out for that. Okay, let it come to you. Let it come to you. 𝗙𝗚𝗟𝗏, guys, just an update from yesterday. Ray, what charts are we doing from everybody in the chats here? Give me 2 charts quickly as well. 𝗙𝗚𝗟, guys, not looking good for 𝗙𝗚𝗟 traders. 50-day MA. This is your last chance saloon here. 367 is going to be you're looking for a bounce here. This is some horizontals tied in with your 50-day MA. That is what you're going to be watching. Okay, look at that. Horizontals, 50-day MA. You can see you've got some confluence there for Gala. 367. Look for that bounce there. Daily's not there yet. Daily is the problem. This is the problem. This might want to come lower. So everything else looks nice. The daily's the issue. If it does drop lower, guys, get ready. 338. Get ready. 338. That is most likely your big long zone. We've seen before in the past, I actually called a long off Gala off a weekly, tied in with a 618 before, and we had a mega bounce off that thing. It might have been this guy down here in April. I'm pretty sure it was that one in April. Look out. Big reaction zone here at this 618 and horizontals here. 3381 Gala. Look for that bounce. Look for that long there. That makes sense to me if we do drop into that area. Ray, what charts are we doing here from the crowd here? Let's not bore them with mine. Let's help them with theirs. What do we got?
One was Zeus. Zeus was one.
Not too bad. I mean, if you compare this to like Injective and stuff, looks absolute dog shit Injective versus this thing. So this isn't bad. Okay, let's take a look here. This is Zeus on the daily. Okay, we want to look for confluence. We want to look for levels. We want to look for support. What can this thing do next? Okay, so we know our big zone is down there, 618. So we know that's a massive DCA zone there. Okay, struggling to claim that 382. Okay, I'm going to bang in a VWAP here, but it's not going to be super accurate. But yeah, there it is. Okay, so VWAP holding you up at the moment. Let's look in. Zoom in a little bit here. Okay, let's get this VWAP exactly. Guys, remember, just put your VWAPs on the 15-minute time frames at the lows, at pivot lows and things like that. You get a much better reading. If you do it on the daily, it picks random candles. Okay, you can see that. So VWAP, nice. Look at that. VWAP support for us. That's decent. And what else do we have here? We don't have much else. We got some horizontals in play. Okay, lots of wicks on this guy at the moment there. So Zeus traders, what I would say is your big zone, your big level, your big reaction zone, 68. Okay, 68, 63, 68, 63. And then you got your VWAP. You can see this is reacting as support at the moment. So 74, 74, 73. I'd say 68, 63 are your high percentage zones on Zeus. What's the other one, Ray? Illuvium. Fetch.
Yeah. Fetch. You have a lot of XRP requests. The XRP armies.
Oh, Fetch looks like. Oh God, guys, it's gonna get messy. This is gonna get messy, guys. Brace yourselves. Brace yourselves. Things are gonna get messy here. Okay, let's see. The Wild West out there. Okay, what do we got? We got 200 day. Losing the 200 day. What's that?
So funny. The Wild West, definitely.
Right, it's the fucking Wild West. Okay, daily looks horrible still on the oscillator. What do you have? If you've got simple TA in play here, you've got a trend, you've got horizontals a little bit lower down. So look at this banger here. Watch that, guys. Simple TA, macro trend, daily horizontals. This is what you got here. 1.24. 1.24 on Fetch. Look for that bounce there. If this thing completes, carries on dumping, 1.24. There's going to be a hard bounce in this market soon. Okay, let's go 12. Heavily oversold. My God. I haven't seen these type of things in a very long time, guys. I mean, this is rough. This is rough. I'm telling you, this is rough. Look at this. Every time we got these green prints, what happened here? Moved up. Okay. Moved up. Short move, but it moved up. Tiny move up. Big move up. Big move up. Okay. Every time we got these green prints, we got a move up. Okay. So just hang in there. Okay. Don't over leverage yourself. You can see we are almost there. Look out. So Fetch traders, 1.33, 1.25. Watch these zones. I think we're going to get a hard bounce here, even if it's a few percent. I think we are going to get a hard bounce. Just be patient here. That's my prime. Matt says, what indicators? It's my chart prime oscillator, guys. You can do my course, the accelerator course. There's a link in the description for you. Alternatively, join Chart Hackers. You'll learn all about this stuff as we go along. Let's see what else we got, guys. Let's go. Who's asking for? Let's go XRP. I do have an XRP chart here somewhere. It bounced in our second zone yesterday. Let's see where we are on XRP. Yeah, it's still there, guys. Don't panic. Okay, don't panic. This was the long zone I gave hackers yesterday. 2.21. Watch that. Okay, 2.21. You guys saying you're getting rinsed on XRP? It's not bad yet. 2.21. That is your zone. Okay, so just be patient there. You can see they come and fill this wick. Obviously, if they lose that wick, it gets ugly. Just be prepared for lower. Ray, we're nearly there, bro. It's nearly time for our second bite of this cherry. Almost there, almost there, almost there. You want to see that hard wick out this. You want to see that hard wick out of this 𝗙𝗘𝗟𝗏. Come on, just one more. Okay, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. We're nearly
Looks
there.
like it wants to wreck everybody. What that looks like.
It's designed to wreck everyone. Okay, guys, let's do one more chart for you. Let's see what you got. XRP Armor says move your XRP off exchanges. Let's see what else we got.
Sui.
Oh no, bro. Am I gonna get rinsed on Sui here? Yeah, no, that's done. That's done. Look at that VWAP rejection on Sui. Look at that. Look at that. VWAP upside, bang. Okay, hard rejection. What can we look for on Sui now? What is the plan? Look at this. We've got this wick to deal with. Let them fill the wick. Let's see. The problem with Sui is a lot of these oscillators don't look as exciting as some of the others. Popcat, Whiff, those types of things. Look at that. That daily's rough. Okay, 12 hour, let's see. Rough. Okay, 8 hour. We're almost there. Okay, not confident. 4 hour, look for the double bottom. Okay, so you can see higher time frame Sui actually wants to come down before it goes up again. We know there's obviously a bullish side to Sui. We know the market, it's the darling at the moment. Everyone's telling us that Sui is the new soul, all these things. So I would say look for this wick to get filled here. Let's see what happens after that. Alternatively, your bounce zone for Sui, 3.95. Okay, look for that. 3.95 down to 3.9, somewhere in that region. That's probably your most reasonable next area. So just be careful in here. Don't ape. Okay, do not ape in those zones. Then you've got an absolute banger here. Look at that, 50-day MA horizontals as well at 3.43. Okay, so guys, just don't ape into these things. Just play it safe. You can see it's coming slowly. It's coming. Okay, let's see. Bitcoin. Okay, guys, your long zones are either here, 98,800, or we're talking 97,200. If we get a hard dump down to 97,200, geez, I think that'll be a banger. This music is great for the suspense. Come on, let's take out these stops. Okay, let it come take out these stops here. We just take out these stops. Now we know we got stops here. There'll be lots of stops here. Come on. Guys, be patient. It's coming. We've been doing this for an hour already. It feels like 10 minutes. Okay, we're going to try and catch a 𝗙𝗘𝗘 Bitcoin long here. Let's see if we can get this thing. Okay, 97,200 is the next capitulation zone. Okay, so 97,200 is this guy. There. Okay. So what I'm looking for is this stop hunt here. Quick stop hunt. As it dips low, we're going to look for that grab. Alternatively, 97,230 is the next big zone. Okay, you can see I've got a VWAP there. 97,200, 786 horizontal. It's an action zone for us. You can see these zones. They give you reactions. Obviously, they don't always give you exactly what you want. But look at that. Look at that bounce there. Look at the bounce there. Look at the bounce there.
What's dominance doing?
Right, if dominance rips through that 50-day, guys, I'm telling you, we're in trouble. Altcoins are in altcoins gonna be in trouble if it blows through that.
Bro, dominance
is
pushing.
Come on. Okay, guys, this is proper degen shit, okay? Degen shit. Just be careful here. I'm waiting for this wick down, stop hunt, and then I'm going to grab some buys here. Obviously, if it fails, 97,200 is the next zone. The suspense is killing me. Shall we turn up the music?
I think we might need to.
Guys, shall we turn up this music quickly? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, they've come all this way down. It would make sense to me to take out these stops before they send it higher. Come on, baby.
Wow, this dominance. My God.
What are you watching? What time frame, bro?
The 15-minute.
Oh, here we go, 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 here we go. Come on. No, it's too early. We want it lower. We want it lower. We want it lower. We want the stop hunt. It's too easy here. Too easy here. No, too early. Too easy. It's too easy. It's not right. It's not going to bounce here. What's your 3-minute magic telling you, bro?
I'm actually just watching your chart. 1 sec.
Hey guys, remember what we're looking for? We know.
Actually, for me, it's bouncing off the 50% level on the regression trend. I mean, if it loses this level right here on the 2-minute, this thing's gonna fall to 97,000.
So, guys, just for what I'm looking for here, it's too easy here, you know, to long this. We want this double bottom. We know there's stop losses here. We know there's liquidity here for the market makers. Everybody who longed earlier today has got their stops under these zones. Okay. So what we're trying to do is we want to see the stop hunt and we want to buy this wick down for that stop hunt. So around about 98,400, 98,500, even have a go there. That is what I want to do. If that fails and they keep sending it down, I'm going to take the stop. Okay. And then the next zone is 97,200 is the next zone. You see, it's too easy there.
Wow, that's amazing. We got the same exact situation. Like it could bounce here, but really, if it loses this level, expect it to go there for sure.
If this candle goes thick now, if it goes thick to 98,400, I'm hitting buys. I'm buying, buying, buying. Come on.
Nah, showing weakness. They're about to rinse it. It's about to happen.
Come on, guys. Sorry it's taking so long. Sorry it's taking so long. Yeah, we're trying to get a.
Hold on, let me call the market maker. 1 second. 1 second.
Will you tell him just to fucking take out the stock, bro?
Hold on.
I'm ready to click buy. Come on. This is killing me. It's killing me. Paula, hang in there. Okay. Paula's not going to be happy with me. He's not going to be happy with me.
Everyone's enjoying the live trade.
Yeah, we're waiting. Guys, remember, just because Bitcoin as well, you know, if we get that bounce, we're going to get that bounce on these alts too. So just look out at these levels here. Look at these lows here. Okay. If we get that little flush out on BTC, then these alts are going to bounce off these.
I'm looking at injective. I'm looking at your injective levels, sir.
Yeah. Look at Brett. They're all at these levels, guys. This is the zone now. This is the must bounce zone. We've got to have that flush on BTC. It's got to send up. Otherwise, ooh, look at this. We're all close to these lows here. Here comes Fetch. Okay, Fetch looks really bad. GRT, guys. 212 down to 195. GRT. 212 down to 195. It's coming here, guys. It's coming. Fuck, this is messy. Remco says, kill the music. Remco, bro, it's our trading suspense music, bro. We need it. We need it. Mellowflix says 95K incoming. Yeah, it could. You know, anything's on the table here. Deo says, if we all buy, we'll create a green candle. We need Michael Saylor to step in here. I think he's got enough ammo there. Jeez, guys, I mean, I must say, yeah.
Look at the BLZ chart if you want to see a chart that needs hopium.
Keep your eyes on this Bitcoin for me.
I am. I got this.
Oof. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys.
How about that chart, sir?
Jesus.
Is that a chart or what? Do you just go long there, or what do you do?
Oh, guys, all I can say is, okay, look at this chart. This is not off the table yet on some of these altcoins. If you were around 2021, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. Just hang in there. Don't fucking send everything you've got. Okay, just be fucking safe here. Come on, quick. Come on. No, bro, this is too easy, guys.
No, it's not it. That's not it, because it lost 50% level.
Too easy. It's too easy to be long here. We need this. We need.
No,
this
now it's
here.
back testing the 50% level, and it looks like it wants to drop. That's what the 2 minutes telling me. Like it wants to drop to that 97.
Too easy here, guys. Too easy.
Oh, it's reclaiming the 50%.
Oh, this Phantom. Guys, Phantom. Fetch. Oh, these alts. Oh. They're injected. 21.8. 21.8. No, guys, this is bad, eh? This is bad. This is very fucking bad. This is not good. This is not good. We need this.
Yeah, there's no volume spike. Yeah, I'm looking for a volume spike on the 2 minute. It's not there
Guys,
yet.
the only way we cure this bounce here is a quick flush on Bitcoin and then a hard pump. That's really the only way we're going to cure ourselves here. Come on, man. It's too easy. It's too easy. You can see it's still sitting in this bullish liquidity zone here. Guys, while we're sitting on Prime XBT, if you want to trade with me on Prime XBT, they got an offer for you guys right now. They do all sorts of cool shit for you guys. Okay, just jump into the show description there. Go under the show description. Receive $400 in trading bonuses when you make a deposit of $2,000. Okay, that's pretty substantial. Okay, so you send $2,000 to Prime XBT. They give you a $400 trading bonus. Okay, so click on Prime XBT there. Sign up with me. Come trade. There's no KYC as well. And I just love scalping Bitcoin in here. I love the way these candles sit for me. It's just always a good time. Okay, guys, we're going to need to cut this at some point. But you know what I'm looking for here. So just to summarize again, everybody, anyone who's just joined now, we're looking for this stop hunt here. Okay, so it's a degen play. Okay, we're looking for this wick down. We want to see them take out the stops. We want to buy this dump just below these lows. And that essentially is going to catch, you know, that stop hunt there, and we want to send it up. If that fails and they send it down more, the next zone for me, 97,200. That is the next potential scalp long zone that I'm interested in. So just simple little game plan. It's degen shit here. Obviously, this can be super lucrative if you catch it right. And once you get the momentum, you can add to the position, so you can grow it quite quickly. I like doing it on Prime XBT because they give me 200x leverage as well. So you can, you know, you just put a little bit in here and then you can fire it up on these tight plays.
Fire it up, huh? Just send the missiles.
Fire it up, bro. Come on, just give us this dump.
Inject it moving down fast now.
Fuck.
Entry.
So bad, guys. This is bad. This is not good shit.
Entry.
$21.8. One hour's nearly there. 15 minutes nearly there. Did you hear that?
What was that?
Here we go. Okay, I've just bought. Okay, guys, that's the play. If we don't bounce here now, then we're going lower. Okay. See the stop hunt there? Look at that reaction. Okay, so if that isn't the bounce, we're going lower. So I'm going to bang my stop there under these lows. Okay, we keep it simple. You can see what's happened here. There's the lows from earlier today. Possible stops here. Little stop hunt there. Grab some stops. If this doesn't bounce, I'm done. Okay, 97,200 is the next area of interest. I'm going to give this stop a little bit more breathing room here. Okay, just in case there's one more visit. Okay, there we go, guys. Okay, trying to play a stop hunt there. 97,200 is the next area. If this one doesn't work, you can see the theory behind this little grab there, little bounce, hopefully. Okay, guys, we've overstayed our time. It's fucking messy out there. Okay, play it safe, play it cool. Don't over leverage now. Now's not the time. We know risk reward for spot trades. Risk reward is leaning in favor of longs over the next couple of days. I think we are going to get a nice big reversal. Let these dailies, oscillators reset. We know the 12 hours done, 8 hour, 4 hour on a lot of these time frames. So be patient, keep dry powder. Do not over leverage now. Now's not the time. Small positions, sniff around. Then you're going to get a nice big move. We can play that momentum later. Captain Ray, see you later. Guys, okay, be safe out there. It's rough. Okay, be safe. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. You know what's going down. Later. Jeez, bro, that's messy.